What is hipster hop? Hipster hop, also known as hipster rap, is a term to describe hip hop music that was influenced by hipster subculture. Hipster hop was a term used to describe artists like Kid Cudi and the Cool Kids in the 2000s and early 2010s. The genre includes DJing, MCing, breaking, writing, theater, and literature, and knowledge of self, meaning the moral, social, and spiritual principles that inspire the genre. Hipster hop is generally characterized by having a lighthearted mood. It was once stated by Miles Remore from Chicago Reader that hipster rap embodies the same sort of utopian, big tent ideal that old school hip hop did, treating the music as a force for bringing people together. Other artists labeled under hipster hop were Kanye West, Pharrell, and Lupe Fiasco, who helped popularize being an eclectic black man and expanded the boundaries of hip hop aesthetics. When it comes to hipster hop, instruments used are drum machines like the Roland T808 and EMU SP1200, turntables, synthesizers, samplers, piano, guitar, brass, woodwinds, strings, mallets, vocals, keyboard, and bass guitar. Rise of hipster hop. Hipster hop became popular by offering a unique blend of alternative and often politically charged lyrics, combined with a more experimental sound, appealing to hipster subculture who valued individuality, underground aesthetics, and social commentary, setting itself apart from mainstream hip hop. Hipster hop incorporated musical influences beyond traditional hip hop beats, experimenting with jazz, indie rock, and other genres, creating a more electronic sound. And unlike mainstream hip hop, hipster hop artists addressed progressive political topics like environmentalism, social justice, and LGBTQ plus rights, resonating with left leaning hipsters. On that note, hipster culture inherently values discovering and supporting artists outside the mainstream, making underground and independent hipster hop artists particularly attractive. Hipster hop artists also presented a more personal, introspective style, allowing listeners to connect with their genuine experiences and perspective, which align with hipsters' emphasis on individuality. All these factors combined led to the popularity of hipster hop. When it comes to effects, hipster hop uses multi-effects in order to create vintage and weird sounds, modulation effects like chorus, vibrato, phaser to create movement and dimensions to a track, guitar software like Guitar Rig 7 and Amplitude 5 CS in order to use guitar effects, multi-band compressor and expander in order to move sounds forward in a track without having to increase the volume, and a decapitator to move artifact sounds forward in a track. When it comes to hipster hop, scales used are natural minor, harmonic minor, and the Phrygian scale. I will quickly demonstrate how to make these scales, which it's pretty simple honestly. For this demonstration, we will use the root of C in order to create all these different scales. And for the first scale, it's natural minor, which is pretty simple. You start with your root, and from your root, you'll go whole, half, whole, whole, half, whole, whole. When it comes to the minor harmonic scale, it's pretty simple to create, and it goes like this. You start with your root, and then from there, you'll move up the whole note, and after moving up a whole note, you'll go half, whole, whole, and then from here, you'll go half again, and this is where it kind of changes a bit, but you'll basically go up 3 half steps. So 1, 2, 3, and you'll go up another half step, and that will be your harmonic minor scale. Now, when it comes to the Phrygian scale, it's pretty simple as well. You'll start with your root, and then from here, you'll basically move up half, whole, whole, then you move up another whole, a half step, and you basically go up whole, whole. And that will be your Phrygian scale. When it comes to chord progressions and chords used for hipster hop, They are A to E minor, which is a common chord progression amongst the genre, and then you have your 1-4-1-6 chord progression, which you're able to loop it and is popular amongst the genre. And then you have a 4-5-6-3 chord progression, which is another popular chord amongst the genre. And you'll also use diminished chords, which are simple to make. They basically just produce an eerie and suspenseful sound. And then you have your 6-5-1 chord progression, which creates a dark landscape, and a 1-6-4-4 chord progression, which I'll demonstrate what these numbers mean and basically how to make diminished chords. When I'm talking about numbers and chord progressions, what I'm relating to is basically just this. So the concept behind music is that you'll always have your root note, which in this case will be C, and from there you'll basically build up a scale. Then, it doesn't matter what scale you're basically making, but this would be your root note or your first note. This would be your second note. This would be your third note. This would be your fourth note. This would be your fifth note. This would be your sixth note, and this would be your seventh note, which basically that's just it. You're just using these numbers in order to build these chords. And when I say like a 1-6-4-4 chord progression, I'm relating to the root note, I'm relating to the sixth note, and then I'm relating to the fourth note. And that's basically how you build these chords within scales. Now, when it comes to building diminished chords, it's pretty simple too, honestly. So all you have to do is you start with your root note, you go up 1, 2, 3 half steps, then you go up 1, 2, 3 half steps again, and that's basically how you build a diminished chord. When it comes to chord progressions, Hipster-Hop uses a lot of 4, 3, and 2 chord progressions, and is very similar to hip-hop. Here are some examples of chord progressions that are used in Hipster-Hop. Now, for the first example, we have a 4 chord progression, which starts at E minor, then A minor, then E minor again, and it hits a C major. Now, for the second chord progression, it's another 4 chord progression, but it starts with a G major. Then it moves into an A major, and then from here it goes into a B minor, and an F flat major chord. And the last chord progression is a 3 chord progression, which we start with F minor, D flat, and C minor. Now that we have an idea what hipster hop is, we could get into my favorite segment, which is making a beat. It's probably been like an hour at most, and here's what I made. Well, this is the end of the video, and I hope that you learned something. I hope that you were able to take something away from the video. If it's either understanding chord progressions for hipster hop, a little bit of, the history, and understanding how to build scales, or understanding, what the numbers mean in music now. And with that, I hope that you have a wonderful day or night, depending when you're watching the video. And I had a lot of fun. Let me know if I made Hipster Hop. Let me know what you think of the track I made. And yeah, signing off.